I do solemnly state
that I promise to the constituents
that I promise to the constituents
that I will remove all of my campaign signs
all my campaign signs
promptly after the election.
promptly after the election.
Failure to do so will result in immediate jury duty.
Steve, you're gonna have to work doubly hard the way everyone likes playing tricks with your signs.
All right, so we're going to start with opening statements, and we'll let the straggler go first. Ms. Helen, you have 1 minute to tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Allen. Thanks for coming here tonight. I own the Hot Gossip Espresso Bar in Bijou Plaza. I feel that the qualities I bring to the council are I have exceptional problem-solving skills. I'm a young, enthusiastic voice for the council. A lot of the time, we have what we see as a divided community. Decision-making going on for one sector of the community. I feel that by being a huge part of every aspect of the community, because through my business I deal with a lot of different aspects of the community, and I have for 12 years. So I've been well aware of the hot topics going on in the political world of South Lake Tahoe. So I hope that you guys decide to vote for me on November 2nd so that we can have every aspect of our community represented. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Fortier, you are next.
Hi, I'm Claire Fortier, and I was driving here today, and all of a sudden, besides looking at all the things that need to be done and figuring out all of what I was going to say to you tonight, I looked up and saw the colors of the trees changing and realized that's why we live in Tahoe. But Tahoe is at a tipping point. We can either stay the same and then therefore actually degrade, or we can create a new model for economic and environmental sustainability. I've lived in Tahoe for 17 years through the good times and the bad times. I believe that right now is the best time for us as a united community to move forward to that thing that we do the best, which is a world-class recreation destination. I feel like we can do this together, and I feel like if you vote for me on November 2nd, I can help lead that charge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jones.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alice Jones. I'm a certified public accountant, and I'm also the controller at the Tahoe Keys Property Owners Association. My background and experience is in governmental accounting and auditing, and my experience within the Tahoe Keys is quite similar to the role that the City Council takes on, and that is we have a city, and in Tahoe Keys we are a small segment of that city, and we're dealing with many of the same issues at the Tahoe Keys as our city is dealing with citywide right now, and that is our aging infrastructure, things that we need to address right away. We need to have a long-range plan of how we are going to maintain our assets, including our roads, storm drains, bike paths, sidewalks. And my experience in accounting and long-range planning will be valuable to the City Council. You get to elect 3 people to City Council, and there's a lot of great candidates here with wonderful vision, and I hope that you'll elect me as an accountant to bring more accountability to taxpayers.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Swanson?
Good to meet Joanne, Judge Kingsbury, not Dr. Kingsbury. I'm Angela Swanson, and I am running for the City Council. After 17 years of living in this town, I despair like you do that we're going to be able to change. But I think we've just become broken enough to turn the tide and to break away from our perception of being a casino town, of being a supporter and the poor cousin to the North Shore. It is time to move our city forward, to restore jobs, to create a new, more diversified tourist base, and to learn as a city how to bring our assets together. Can you imagine what this town would be like if we learned as a city to embrace the county, to work with our partner, Roberta Mason, in the college, to work with the school district, to work with our individual organizations in this town to make it better? The opportunity is here, the time is right, the time is now. It takes a council with vision, and it takes a council that will work hard and work together. I have that experience coming from the Lake Tahoe Unified School District that has been the leader in this community in reinvention. I ask for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Covey?
Hi, everyone. My name's Steve Cubby. I am president and CEO of K-PAL, a biotech research firm. We're currently engaged in a $10 million development project to create FDA-approved pharmaceutical drugs based on medical marijuana. Now, I did play a role in the drafting of Prop 215. I raised $500,000 to put it on the ballot. We got more votes than Bill Clinton, and we've been pretty successful since then. In addition to that, I'm an entrepreneur. I was on the front page of the Wall Street Journal for a publicly traded company that I created a little over a year ago. So I look at a wonderful opportunity here in Lake Tahoe because you've got people, unfortunately, they're out of work and hurting, and you've got people that have property that they want fixed up. And I'm going to propose tonight a solution on how we can get those two folks together and create jobs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Curry. Ms. Curry?
Good evening. I'm Joy Curry. A little about me. I'm married to Dan Norum. My daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter live here in the South Shore, and we love the Tahoe lifestyle, and we're blessed to call it home. A little about my experience. I'm currently vice chair of the South Lake Tahoe Planning Commission, having served for the past 3.5 years. This gives me knowledge and experience on land use and sustainability to move the city forward. I have over 25 years of management and budgetary experience. I have managed a business here in South Shore, so I know the challenges that businesses face here in the South Shore and how challenging it can be. My priorities for the city are the best police, fire, and snow removal, improve the economy, improve our infrastructure, completion of the convention center, and transparency in government. And hopefully we can touch on those all a little bit more tonight. I'd be honored to have your vote on November 2nd. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Davis?
My name's Tom Davis, and I am standing up. I want to thank the Judge Kingsbury tonight and the Chamber for hosting this. Came here in 1971 to ski one winter and been here ever since, and fell in love with Lake Tahoe, got involved in service clubs from day one, got involved in the Airport Commission from day one. I've been involved even when I was off the council. By the way, I've been gone for 6 years off the city council, and I was not on the council when they signed the agreement for the hole in the ground. I want to make sure that's clear. However, it's both an embarrassment but a great opportunity, and I think we're going to see some things happening out of bankruptcy. But most importantly, I've always maintained my priorities in this community to be police, fire, and snow removal. I want to introduce my son, who's a product of Lake Tahoe also. Very proud of him. He's my campaign manager. He's also a deputy sheriff for Douglas County. Born and raised here, so they need revenue over there too, so don't speak. I ask for your vote and support on November 2nd. I've done the job before. I can hit the road running. You've got some great candidates here. You can have it all by electing 3 council members. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Gooch?
My name is Adrienne Gooch. I've been married 39 years, lived in Lake Tahoe for 35 years, and I worked for the city for over 18 years. To me, that's commitment. My campaign is based on doing what's best for the city with honesty, transparency, and experience. We've owned a small business before, a retail business, and my family is still involved in self-employment. So I'm well aware of every factor that hits South Lake Tahoe. I have a granddaughter here, Aurora, and I want to make this the community that it used to be, that we had so much pride in and not so much negativity. And I hope you vote for me because I did.
Doug Chahovich.
Sorry.
First, I want to thank the judge because it's a pleasure to stand here in front of her without seeing her robe on. And answering questions. And but it's a pleasure to see a lot of people here that I do know, and the ones that I don't know, eventually you will know. But I'm here mostly for fiscal responsibility because I'm tired of seeing our taxes spent or wasted in the wrong ways. I'd like to see every dollar accounted for. And I just know a lot of people here also would like to see the same thing, because I see a lot of waste in different areas, whether it's at the local level or state, federal, it's just amazing. Everything's bankrupt, so there's got to be a lot of changes. And I think we need to be more responsible with where our money goes. And thanks again for having everybody being here. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to ask a series of 3 questions. And the way I'll work it is I'll start first with Ms. Hallen for the first round. I'll start with Mr. Chakowitz. Am I close enough?
You can call me Doug.
Yeah, start with Doug. And the second one, and then the third one will be Mr. Covey, just so you have working back to Ms. Swanson at the end, just so you have a sense of where we're going here.
Glad you can remember all that.
Well, like I said, very complicated format, but I'll show how much you can manage details. And if you need to have me repeat the question, don't hesitate. So, Ms. Hallen, knowing a person's accomplishments is an indicator of what a person may do. What service or nonprofit organizations and or community projects have you been involved with?
Well, for the last year, I've been serving a free community meal at the Hot Gossip on Sundays from 1:30 to 3, and we serve about 60 free meals. And the basis of the meal is to have a community meal where we sit down together. It's not a need basis. When I reopened the business, I realized that there's a lot of hungry people out there. The food pantries are struggling. The bread and broth needs volunteers, so I figured as a business, I could take a day on and help feed the community. I have a lot of long-term customers that come in once a week who are able to get a free meal because they're comfortable being with me, having me cook it, not just going in and feeling they're taking it from somebody else. And what I've noticed during these meals is that our community meshes well together. When you can have a doctor or a lawyer sitting down with somebody who's less fortunate, having a conversation with a common goal, I feel good.
Thank you.
That's what I've done so far.
My name is Claire Fortier. Currently, I serve as the chairman of the Sustainability Commission in the city. In the past, I have done a number of things, everything from sit on the St. Teresa School Board to establish a film festival in Tahoe with the American Film Institute. I've sat on the Tahoe Douglas Chamber of Commerce Board and served as president. I was named Woman of the Year by Seroptimist. I also was named Parent Volunteer by St. Teresa's. In the middle, I've sat on the Upper Truckee Conservation Committee. I have sat actually a whole lot of things. Most of all, I've been very involved in this community for 17 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jones?
I served on the board of directors of the Tahoe Parents Nursery School. I served as treasurer. I've also been active volunteer in all the local schools, including my son's school, Bijou Community School, at the 2A immersion program, and I was helping Kathy Haven actually when she first began that program, getting parent support, bringing that program to Bijou, which bridges the gap between the white community and the Latino community in our town, and I feel strongly about that. I've also tried to help teach my children service to community. I'm really proud of my 2 boys, held a lemonade stand this summer, donated the proceeds to Lake Tahoe Humane Society. I felt really good about doing that. So, the more time frees up for me, the more I'd love to volunteer in the town, and I'd love to serve on the city council.
Thank you.
I'm Angela Swanson. I moved here 17 years ago with a 5-month-old baby. And the way I became active and became a part of this town and learned